Come on in the room. Greetings, greetings. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace and love, health and wellness. I hope you all are having a beautiful Saturday, flowing and glowing and growing in your energy. I just wanted to jump on here to welcome the new followers. I am Nekwa Jet, a cosmic being here to uplift, to encourage, to inspire ones to really take charge of their health, their energy, to flow at their most highest frequency. So yes, thank you for the follow, and I'm just here to hold space to create that balance. So yeah, a lot of you had a question about fasting, and we're talking about the symptoms that comes with fasting. Yes, when fasting, you're going to experience headaches. That comes with fasting, especially when you are eliminating and releasing toxins. You are releasing, you are shedding parasites. You know what I'm saying? You are switching to the energy system, no longer consuming. You're beginning to absorb energy because we are electric. We are energy beings. So we really don't supposed to be consuming, you know, matter, particles all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to switch between the systems. You got the energy system and you got the system that relies on, matter, particles, food for fuel. So when we hold fast, we are turning off one system and turning on another system. And it's a lot that comes with switching, you know. A lot of people struggle um, between the shift, the shifting, of the cleansing and the detoxing. But that comes with it, the headaches, the fatigue, lethargicness, you know what I'm saying? Like you'll have energy dips. That it comes with it, baby. Like you got to cleanse, especially when you haven't been eating, you know, the best of foods. And when you start switching, cleansing, turning that shit, turning on the new system, your energy system, you're going to be feeling it. You're going to feel it. You hear me? But the more you practice, the more you hold fast, the more you challenge yourself to cleanse and detox, the easier it'll get, the easier it'll be. I've been fasting for 25 years. I know what comes with it. Yeah. Like if you really need a detox, you're gonna be going through major detox symptoms. It's gonna come with it, baby. You gotta release those parasites. You gotta release those toxins, heavy metals. The system has been bombarded with so much artificial foods, artificial flavorings, preservatives. Yeah, you gotta release all of that. And as you release and cleanse, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna have highs and lows with your energy. But that don't mean give up or your cleanse or your fast or detoxing. You just have to push through it. The longer you go through it, the longer you push through it, the better it will be on your system. Because you are reversing years of just eating whatever. So I encourage ones to hold fast or detox throughout the seasons. As the season change, you cleanse, you detox, especially if you're going to eat what you want to eat. Now, I encourage you to stay on a plant based, but if you choose to eat whatever you really, really, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to those ones like you really got to detox. You know, you really have to detox throughout the seasons. I say once a month if you could do it. Once a month, twice out the month. Like I'm always fasting and detoxing and cleansing. It has become a lifestyle for me. So yeah, you're gonna lose weight. That's part of that's part of fasting and detoxing. People be want to hold on to shit that they don't need. The more you shed, the more you release, the better. People want to hold on to fat. Like that's stuff that needs to shed off your body. And it comes from eating a lot of junk, processed foods or whatever like that. It's not even your natural weight, you know. When you hold fast, when you start shedding and releasing and losing a lot of weight, that's just unhealthy things that need to be released anyway. And people be trying to hold on. Oh, I'm losing weight. You shouldn't worry about your weight when fasting and detoxing and cleansing. That's going to come with it. Now, you're going to, people that's been fasting for a long time, we already know not to worry about our weight and that we're going to gain the weight. You're going to gain the weight back during the refeeding process. You're going to refeed yourself. It's not like you're going to stay in a state of fasting for the rest of your life and you're going to lose all the weight. You're going to get down to zero or something like that. People be worried about the wrong thing. It's all about cleansing those unhealthy cells, restoring your system, rebuilding your system, and you worrying about your weight, but you're not even worried about your health, but you worrying about shit that you can gain back. But once you lose your health, you know what I'm saying? Once it's too late, then what it is, what is it to gain? You know what I'm saying? You worrying about weight, you're gonna always gain your weight back, you know. But when you do start the refeeding, when you start the refeeding process again, you got to be mindful and intentional about what you re-enter into your system, or you're going to be back to where you was. And that's okay. But if you choose to eat whatever you want, stay detoxing, stay fasting, stay on the journey of cleansing. Let me check the message. Um, Jew guy says, been about 2 years since I stopped eating meat, still learning and growing. That's what's up. You know, even if you stop eating meat, it's like you still have to have balance, because it's a lot of processed junk eating vegans out here. So, I have my moments as well, but I know how to cleanse. I know how to detox, and stay on track. You know, I do have this 300 days challenge. Well, 365 day challenge. It is a challenge that is ongoing throughout the year, where ones can fast. We hold fast. We have our days where we do liquids, like Liquid Mondays, and we have our days where we eating mainly fruits or raw foods, you know. So if this is something that interests you, you can join my channels, link in the bio, and just so we can have that support to inspire and encourage one another. Join the channel. So yeah, you have to maintain the balance. It's okay when you're learning and growing and figuring things out, you know. But as you learning and growing, you must have your days set aside out the month where you're gonna detox and cleanse. Mhm. Right. So Nekwajet is the name. Thank you for all of the new followers. Um, yeah, let's challenge ourselves. Let's be intentional about our health, about what we put into our bodies, about our mental state of being, you know, become empty but yet full on this journey, full with light. Fill yourself up with cosmic energy. through breath, through breathing and channeling in, you know, chi, prana. That's what you should be filling up mostly with. Chi, prana, baby. Be full with that, because we are energetic beings out here. We're not designed to be filled up with food, physical food, because we are not the body. You hear me? We are not our bodies. We are energy beings. We are electric beings, soulful beings. How do you feed the soul? How do you nourish God? Is it through physical food, consuming physical particles? No, you know, we nourish God through breath. Breath is God, you know, breath is God. And that's how I stay anchored into my energy, is through Qigong, you know. Qigong has been my foundation with restoring the balance energetically, clearing my channels. We got to stay moving and cultivating our energy, because the ultimate goal in this life, we are here to reach immortality, right? Or are you here to keep recycling back into this motherfucker? Like, because this life is all about choices. You know, we can choose whatever, but based off our choices, that karma that comes with it is going to keep replaying itself out. So why not be intentional about how you cultivate your energy and what you consume on a daily basis? So thank you for chiming in. And I just want to touch base, just welcoming you to the goddess frequency. I am a warrior. It's warrior energy over here. Straight segment and Basset energy. I set all of that, you know, energy strong. I have been called at a young age. I'm 43 now. And I'm glad that I answered a call to health, to awakening, to awareness. You know, I haven't been perfect on this journey, but I know how to stay anchored and grounded and not become deluded by these illusions of the matrix. You hear me? It's all about awareness, stillness of being, becoming empty. You hear me? But yet full. For those who are still searching, your light is not lost. You know, it is there awaiting you to remember, to initiate, to activate, to manifest, to create more light. More light is wealth. Health is wealth. So fasting for me is just something natural. It's a lifestyle. Like at the age of 18, when I answered the call, I heard the spirit calling me, and everything it was telling me to do, I done. It was like no eating meat, no eating processed foods, hold fast. From day one, I have been holding fast. I left meat alone, cold turkey, and one day, like, the spirit was just speaking in me. It was like, how can I dwell in you, possess you? How can you hear my voice if you are full of processed foods? Your messages will be distorted if you do not eat pure. Your thoughts will be chaotic. It will be unbalanced. So we got to remain pure and whole. Our body is the temple of source. Once you allow source in, you have to make that choice to allow source within. Once you make that choice to allow source to breathe through you, it will begin to transform you in so many ways unimaginable. And it's a beautiful transformation, a beautiful transition into your divine self. When the divine is you, when you embody the divine, it's just a higher state of mind, a higher frequency of alignment. And you got to be obedient and not resist against whatever your purpose is. You know, everyone purpose looks different. Whatever your calling is, it might not be exactly what mine may be, you know, but you know what the spirit is calling for you to do. Do not resist it. Submit and surrender, and your life will flow. It will flow, you know, it will flow. So continue to grow, cultivate life. Much love. Nekwajet is the name. Nekwajet, y'all. A divine soul, sacred being, pure, pure heart, pure light. May your heart be light as a feather, you know. Balance the scales of justice, of health and wealth, peace and stability. Give thanks for life, our energy, our frequency. Give more thanks, more gratitude, and continue to just flow, you know. Let go of those things that continue to hold you down. You don't have to carry heaviness. You don't have to wear grief anymore. You don't have to continue to put yourself in bondage mentally anymore. It's time to really and truly heal ourselves. You know, as we awaken, we heal, we release, we shed those things that has been locked away, you know, buried within our DNA, buried within our connective tissue, you know, blocked emotions, unexpressed emotions from since our childhood, the trauma. We must release it in order to really and truly come into our divine inheritance. You hear me? I just came off a 23-day energy fast. 23 days. Can you imagine yourself not eating, not consuming food for 23 days? Can you imagine it? Can you see yourself in the transformation, the purging, the light anchoring that comes with that type of healing, that type of depth? Like you really got to dive deep. And I'm one of those ones that will dive the deepest I can go to free myself. And a lot of people is not sick and tired enough to free themselves, because you got to let go of your attachment to food to in order to really free yourself, to lighten your load, you know. And you can't really see yourself, because people be like, oh, I need to find balance, I need to reconnect, you need to hold fast. The faster that you hold fast, the faster that you will release those things that keep you buried in your past, keep you bonded or in bondage to your past. You must hold fast. 23 days, y'all. That was the deepest ever, you know. I really tapped out of this bitch, like, for real. Yeah. It's a journey, y'all. Journey of the soul, journey of the spirit, you know. And since I been transitioning back into, just regular day life. It's been interesting. It's like my body was used to just being on, just living off energy. I was being nourished by energy for 23 days, not starving myself. I had no desire to eat, but I did drink water here and there. I did nourish my essence with water, from time to time. Because that was my first time actually challenging or realizing that purpose for me to go that long. The first time I fasted, the energy fast, because this particular energy fast is called Bigu fasting. It is an ancient, advanced Chinese way of fasting where you rely on the yin system. You activate or initiate the yin system, and once the yin system is running and is activated, it relies solely upon chi. What is chi? Chi is life force. It relies solely upon chi for nourishment. And I was giving techniques on how to nourish my chi, how to absorb chi, how to fill up and eat chi. Of course, I was initiated by a Qigong master. I would not encourage you to even attempt to do this without being guided by a master. So I just don't do things on my own. I have been called by the masters, the ascended ones. You hear me? Because they know I am a warrior. They know they know who to call upon. You hear me? They know who are ready to really be all the way in. Because some of you want to straddle the fence and do shit whenever. But we are ready for those ones who are really ready to be in the energy, the frequency of light. Because that's how you pay your debt, your karmic debt. You got to put in the energy work. That's why hence it is called energy work. Because there is work that must be applied to your daily life. You can't just wake up and do what the fuck you want to do without paying homage, without being in cultivation to the life force. You honor the life force by doing the energy work, becoming alchemists. And the ultimate goal is to become immortal. Unless you want to keep cycling back and forth in this motherfucker till you get it right. Until you pay that debt that needs to be paid with your life. You hear me? Like, we must honor our life by cultivating life, more life each day. Now, if you want to know how to cultivate and, be that true alchemist of energy, join my channel, join the channel, the Keepers of the Ancient Flame. Keepers of the Ancient Flame. Now, if you want to subscribe as well, I do have a channel for that for Next Level Alchemist. I think that's the name of it. Next Level Alchemist. If you are advanced and you just on that frequency high like me, that's subscribe. But the Keepers of the Ancient Flame, that's for everybody. Beginners, advanced, everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's learning, that's willing to learn. I'm on that channel sharing information. I'm sharing like free intro classes. If you want to be guided by a Qigong master as well, my Shifu holds classes every Saturday. So I'll be sharing the link, the Zoom link for those who would like to join, because it's work. Because once you experience the free class, that's gonna weed out if you're ready or not, because that shit is high level. And it's okay to stay where you at and rise when you're ready. But you're gonna have to make a choice one day to stay where you are or to advance to higher levels on this journey. So, and I'm here to guide those ones to the higher levels. So much love. If you have any questions, just hit me with the questions. I'm about to get off here. Thank you for vibing with the frequency, the goddess frequency, you know, the warrior frequency. So, and I made a post the other day too, about being free, because I used to be one of those ones, like this free spirit, thinking that I could do whatever the fuck I want to do just because we free. Once you awaken, you embark on the journey of enlightenment, you this free soul. But yeah, we are free, but you cannot be free without discipline, without sacred order. So you can't be out here moving, doing what the fuck you want to do without consequences. You hear me? There's going to be consequences behind every way that you move energetically when proclaiming to be of divinity, of light. Now, if you want to jump on the darkness frequency and just be there, you stay over there, but don't proclaim that you're in divine order without sacred order and discipline. Because if you don't have discipline, that's dangerous. If you don't have structure, that's dangerous. You hear me? That's karma you accumulating for yourself. It's a lot of people that's claiming to be of divine order, but it's packaged, unhealed trauma packaged as divinity. You know what I'm saying? But yes, we all are growing, but I'm glad to be one of those ones to show ones that there's a way and there's an order, and we must be moving according to the sacred order. And if not, you are not really and truly in divine alignment. Simple as that. So I'm here to bring that fact, that awareness to especially the divine feminine. You can't just be moving recklessly, unruly. You know what I'm saying? And saying that you're not going to shrink yourself. You're not going to shrink your light. You're not going to dim your light. But you dimming your light by moving out of divine order. So the more that you think that you're free and you could do whatever you want, the more you shrinking, the more you dimming, the more you sink down more and lower, lower vibrational frequency. So yeah. So I'm that great mother that's bringing the balance, letting ones know that there's a way that we must be moving out here as divine souls. There's a law that we must abide by. So yeah, I will be speaking more on those things anyway. Join the channel, the Keepers of the Ancient Flames and Advanced Level Alchemists, so we can share and build with each other. We're going to be holding fasting, challenging, detox challenges. I'm always holding these challenges ongoing throughout the year anyway. So you can join at any time. Liquid Mondays, Liquid Mondays and then Tuesdays through Friday, you can do raw foods, do your fruits, do whatever you want, to cleanse. Anytime you feel like you need to just get a hold of your energy, you want more energy, you want to feel more clarity within your being, um, just those who just would like to just detox the parasites, you know what I'm saying? Like, jump in at any time on this challenge because this is a lifestyle for us to continue on with cleansing and detoxing, stabilizing, anchoring the light body. Because that's the whole purpose of us awakening, to anchor the light body. But people forget about that shit. You know what I'm saying? They caught up in all types of things that you get caught up in this world, you know. So don't let this world suck you in because we are not of this world. We are here to anchor the light body, the etheric body, to reach immortality, to break the cycle of life and death. Unless you want to keep cycling back into this motherfucker, then do whatever you want. You know, that's the choice. That's the freedom of choice that we have. We have the freedom to do whatever we want to do, but there's consequences behind those choices. You hear me? It's a debt that you must pay. Your karma will follow you through each life cycle. The karma of your choices follows you. You can't take nothing else with you but your karma. It follows you. So that's why I'm saying this. Be intentional about your energy and how it flows within this realm. Be intentional because that is going to carry with you through lifetimes, through cycles. Be mindful. Ah, wow, that's incredible. I would like to hear that. Single. Yes, that karma is something. You hear me? So through our choices, we create good and bad, karma. So it's best to create good karma. You hear me? By being intentional, doing good, to others, being of service, giving, you know, giving back to the community in your way, in the missions that you are called to do, in the ways that you are called to express your energy. Give, you know. We done been through our times of isolation, those ones that's been on this journey for forever, because I'm one of the ones. I've been on this journey since the beginning of the journey. So it's time to like really give back the knowledge and the wisdom that was bestowed onto me, when I allowed the spirit, to seep in, to breathe within me. I sat with that energy. I've been sitting with this energy, allowing myself to be anchored and grounded within this energy for so long. So it's time to be of service. You hear me? And so you're going to be hearing from me a lot more because I'm well seasoned in truth, in light, And you will know ones by their energy and their frequency, their aura, the harmony of their being will speak louder than words. And that's how you will know what's real. That's how you will distinguish what's real, from the fake, from those ones that want to be clothed in authenticity, authenticity, but they are far from it. So it's all about being of service, being that light being, inspiring ones to heal, to educate ones that do not know, you know, being that light, being that cheerful giver, and not really expecting nothing in return, you know, because most people want to capitalize and monetize off this shit, but the energy will pay itself. You hear me? Your energy is the currency that will pay itself. The universe got you in every way. Just be mindful of your health, your energy, your thoughts, and everything will flow accordingly to you, for you. Never worry about anything. Set the intentions, and the universe will bring everything. hmm So, yeah, much love. Nekwa Jet is the name. Nekwa Jet, it's a lot that comes with that name. Power in the name, power in the frequency. Y'all see me? 5 children. Look, energy speaks for itself. 5 children. Um, I've been on this journey for 25 years. Yes. That was before social media, before. Look, we didn't have no other choice back then but to like really figure this shit out, really search. You know, a lot of ones have it so easy in this day and time with social media, with AI. We had to get it from the mud. You know what I'm saying? We really had to go deep and just think logically, tap into that divine intelligence by going deep inwardly. And I give thanks for all the levels. You know what I'm saying? All the levels that we go through. And like I said, we're gonna come to a point on our journey where we gotta make a decision if we wanna stay where we at or rise to higher levels of advancement energetically. You got to make a decision. Some people are comfortable with the baseline. You know what I'm saying? Some folks are comfortable with doing the bare minimum and just being okay with doing. But the conditioning has been so heavy that most ones won't be able to advance to higher levels because the conditioning has been so strong. It's sad though, but even at your base level, those ones that can't really advance to the higher levels, they still can maintain a balance where they are, you know. Because once you fuck your health up, it ain't no really advancing to no higher level. So we got to be intentional about our health, our bodies, our minds, our energy, our environment, because it can make us stuck if we it can kill us all. So it's raining now, y'all, where I'm at. I'm sitting in my car. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Anything you want to ask me. Much love. Sending love. I speak transformation. Sending powerful energy of transformation, higher advancement, higher frequency, higher timeline for your energy to the well. May you be a well of light, a well of wealth, of abundance for your soul. You know, everything starts with self. It begins and ends with self. You can't take nothing else with you. Honor your frequency. You hear me? By being intentional about what you put into your body, your thoughts. You know, some of us got to release those thoughts that keep us in bondage within our own selves, within our own mind. Let's talk about the ones that are in bondage within the cells of their mind. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why you've been stuck. Let's talk about why you're not progressing in the ways that you know that you can. Why aren't you unlocking the potential that you are blessed with, the infinite potential? Why? Because you are in bondage within your own mind. And the only way to get out of bondage and to free yourselves is to hold fast. Really fast. Hold fast. Listen to the spirit. Don't resist against the fast. The more you resist, the more you lock yourself away. The more the expression of yourself will be depressed. Hold fast. Really fast. I can't stress it enough. I was never stressing it enough because that's the way. Every religious or spiritual walk has shown us. They left the tools, the information. We got to hold fast. Go as long as you can, according to whatever your energy is, you know. We don't want to force nothing. We're fasting and anchoring our spirit, our energy. We must allow it to become a natural flow. You hear me? Allow it to become a natural flow. Do not force it. Listen to your body, listen to the spirit within you. It's going to guide you, you know, so that you can nourish it properly. It's going to guide you to listen to your body every day. You know, activate the brain. Learn Qigong. I'm a Qigong practitioner. I'm here to show you that as well. Giving breath, giving life to the breath, giving flow to the breath. Do Qigong. Yes, kindness, patience, and we learn how to live back to returning back to the food, right? We must return. Remember, return back to the only way to do that is to go inward. Go inwardly, become nourished, become empty, begin to allow the light to heal your heart, the energy, light is going to heal, it's going to go in and releasing all of the traumatic things, all of the unexpressed emotions that get like locked away inside of you. Like after the first, I would say after the first 3 days of fasting, say if you decide to go on like a liquid or liquid fast, after the first 3 days, your body will begin to go through, or your system will begin to go through the autophagy, I think you call that, autophagy, where your cells begin to like eat themselves. It will begin to eat any parasitic cells. I mean, it's a beautiful transformation. supposed to be fasting. Your whole system rewrites itself. It's a whole system rewrite. That's why I said the longer the better. But if you new to fasting, you always gradually work your way up. When it comes to fasting, you don't feel too much. You never really fast before, you do it one day. The first week or the first night, you do it one day. The next time, gradually work your way up, do two, then three, then four. So, yeah, but it can be done. And however strong your will is, like if you one of the ones like me, go as long as you can go. You know what I'm saying? And then if you feeling like your body if you feeling like you need something, if you feeling like your essence need to be nourished, drink, listen to your body, and then continue with your fast. That's what fasting all about, listening to your body, but then continuing to move forward within the fasting and the cleansing, restoring the sacred order, restoring the light within you. You just keep moving forward. That don't mean you just fall all the way the fuck off and just get back on the bullshit. You hear me? Like, just continue to move forward. You don't have to give up on yourself. Because you got to honor yourself. We still a human. We still fall short, you know what I'm saying? But we don't supposed to just give up. Continue to move forward within the energy. Don't ever, like, beat yourself up, or have regret, because you have to feel, if you feel like you need to nourish yourself for a minute. I feel like the fucked up part of it is you giving up after that. That's what'll be fucked up. Persevere. That's the like the most powerful affirmation. Persevere. I persevere. Persevere. I would not let my attachment to food, you know what I'm saying, detour me off this journey of anchoring my life, my body. You say it's so loud you can't. That's why I'm trying to get like close. But I was just ranting about the fasting. I was like, don't allow your attachment to food, detour you from your journey of anchoring the light body. Stay persevering through. I persevere no matter what, because you got to fulfill the mission that is called for you. So persevere, go through what you need to go through. Don't give up on you. Don't give up on the mission of what's called for you to do and be in that moment. Can you hear me better now? The rain is clearing out. See, Tupac, man. Somebody asked me, am I the daughter of ISIS? Man, I'm the daughter of Tupac, man. Quiet as kept, truth be told, I'm the daughter of Tupac. Like, that rose that's growing from the concrete. Yeah. Be that rose that grows from the concrete. Be that energy that flows and glows through the distractions of life. Never give up. Find ways to anchor yourself. Like I said, join the channel if you want tips and want to be held accountable as you transition and evolve to your highest timeline. If you want that support, join the channel, The Keepers of Light, The Keepers of the Ancient Flame. My channel the link is in the bio, you know. And what the Keepers of the Ancient Flame, what that symbolizes is those ones that cultivate the life force, the light body, the fire within. I know you heard that saying of keep the fire burning. May the force be with you. It's that energy, that life force. The keepers of the force, the keepers of the light. That's who we are. We are here to keep that flame nourished. You know what I'm saying? To keep that energy burning, the fire burning always. And the way, in the ways that we keep the energy in the fire burning is through energy work, cultivating internal alchemy, breathing, channeling the life force energy, absorbing more light, storing it in the energy house, the Dantian, the energy chamber, keeping the fire burning. That's how you create the light body and reach immortality. See, we've been lied to. We haven't been really taught what was really and truly needed on this awakening journey. You hear me? A lot of these ones, so-called spiritual teachers, they failed us in so many ways, because if we was really taught the right way, we'll be way more advanced than where we are. You hear me? Because as soon as we awaken, or once that mind awakens, you should be already focusing on releasing the conditioning. You shouldn't be focusing on no fucking relationships. Nothing. But focusing on the light within you, nourishing that, feeding that. If I would have got this information from day one, baby, but everything happened within its season in divine alignment for us. But just imagine if this shit would have just, like, if we would just have the information on what to do with our energy as we awaken. Man, that's why I be questioning all these so-called leaders, wondering if they are plants, you know what I'm saying, from the government, because it's like, what the fuck have you done for us, really? But I know those ones, the ascendant ones, thank you. You know, the ascendant ones, because they left valuable information for us. But the ones now, what the fuck? The fuck? Like, I'm here to honor those ascendant masters, you know what I'm saying? And to do the work for them. Because the ones here, I don't know if I can follow them ones, because I don't see shit happening that needs to happen for me to even consider you as a leader for me. So y'all let me know what content y'all would like to see from me, things you would like to know to better your energy, to better your health, because I'm going to be bringing more content that resonates, you know, with the time at hand when it comes to energy. Yeah. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm glad it resonates, you know. Let's really evolve and transition to our highest timeline. No more playing. You know what I'm saying? It's all or nothing over here. Trust me, I don't play when it comes to the energy. Like, you will not waste my time. I will not ever let anybody waste my time. That's why I move the way I move. I share what I share. I hold challenges to see if you really about this life. And it's fine because everybody where they are for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? But I really be calling out to those ones that really want to advance to higher levels energetically. And those are those ones that's warriors on this journey. We are here to be on our planet mission. You know what I'm saying? Our universal mission of activating and initiating to raising up the frequency of this planet. You know, but much love. Um, like I said, Nekwajet is the name. I'm here to bring forth change, to elevate the minds. You know, to nourish, to show you how to nourish and be full for real. Because man shall not live by bread and water alone, because we are light beings with a light body. And how do you feed and fuel the light body? How do you feed and nourish God? A lot of you say that you are gods and goddesses. Then how do you nourish God and how do you feed God? And just by that question, just by the answer of that question alone, that's how I know if you are God or not. Because how do you feed God? It's cute to say that you are God. But if you're not feeding and nourishing God, then what are you? You inspired to be God, but I don't think that you are God. Because you're not. Because once you allow God to reign and possess your being, then you have to feed it and nourish it. It requires certain things to be sustained within you, because the light will be hidden. It will become hidden. You hear me? It only thrives in purity, no matter what the fuck you proclaim to be. The light only, it only survives in purity. It will be hidden at any negative thought, any low vibrational frequency that you express. It will remain hidden away secretly until you become pure and whole. Trust me on that. That's why I just be laughing at some people, because I'm like, all right. Even with me, I don't put myself on a pedestal. Trust me on that. I don't proclaim nothing to be, unless I'm really moving in that energy. Trust me. There's balance, there's discipline, there's structure, there's a sacred order in proclaiming to be God. So much love. Said what I said, and yeah, much love. Join the channel. That's what we're gonna be vibing at. You can ask questions on there. Like anytime I post, you can reply to the post on in the channel within the channel. So if you have a question on under each post, it can even be an old post. I'm gonna see it. So yeah, join the channel. Let's elevate. Let's advance to higher levels energetically on this journey. Stay anchoring in the light body. So I see y'all coming in, but I'm about to go out, logging off, catch the playback, and much love. Thank you for following the Goddess Frequency, the Warrior Frequency. Nekwajet is the name, cosmic being here. I'm here, I'm present now to raise up the divine warriors. So much love to you.